Hey, loves. Paula here with the Healed Love Languages. I am your nurse, your health coach, and your truth-telling big sister. I want you to grab your water, your coffee, your tea, whatever it is you're drinking this evening, your mocktail, your cocktail, whatever it is, hot chocolate. Listen in, unlock that jaw, relax. We're going to heal. We're going to stop chasing chemistry and start choosing character. Last week, we talked about one of the biggest mistakes we make in relationships. We believe words instead of behavior. Today, we're taking that one step further because once you stop listening to what people say, the next question becomes, what am I supposed to watch? Most people spend like the first month of dating trying to impress someone, looking their best, saying the right things, trying not to text too much, trying not to text too little, trying to figure out how long they're supposed to wait before replying. Can we all just agree dating has become a part-time job? But here's the problem. When you're busy trying to be chosen, you stop paying attention to whether the other person is actually qualified to choose you and somebody who you would actually choose. Behavioral intelligence flips that script. The first 30 days aren't for convincing someone you're lovable. They're for discovering whether they're trustworthy, because healthy dating isn't an audition. It's observation, not because you're suspicious, because you're wise. Jesus never told us to recognize people by their first impression. Yes, you can learn a lot about a person in the first 7 seconds, I guess, but Jesus told us to recognize them by their fruit, and fruit takes time. So you want to start off in a dating relationship, stop trying to be chosen. Can I lovingly challenge something of you all here? Most of us enter relationships asking the wrong question. Do they like me? Am I enough? Will they choose me? Notice where all the attention goes: toward earning approval, toward performing, toward becoming whatever version of ourselves we think that they'll love. But when you're performing, you're not observing the other individual, so focused on being evaluated that you forget to evaluate. What if instead of asking, do they like me, you ask, do I like what their behavior is consistently showing me? That question will change everything, because your goal isn't to be selected. Your goal is to determine whether this person has the character to steward and court your heart, not your body, your heart. Not everyone deserves unlimited access to you, and that's not pride, that is wisdom. As I always say, and you're going to get so used to hearing this verse because I refer to it often, Proverbs 4:23 says, above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. Guarding your heart doesn't mean building walls. It means building gates, and not everyone gets a key to the gate. If you pay attention during these first 30 days, you will find out that character lives in the little things. And it's something that I've learned even at an older age. Character rarely announces itself. It whispers. Most people are waiting for one giant red flag. Behavioral intelligence will teach you to notice dozens of little clues. Watch how they treat the waiter. Watch how they speak to customer service, or watch how they talk about their family. Watch how they speak about people who aren't in the room, or watch whether they return the shopping cart. Yes, I'm serious, because character isn't one grand romantic gesture. Character is hundreds of ordinary decisions made when no one thinks anyone is paying attention. Do they say, I'll call, and then do they actually call? Do they arrive when they said they would on time, or do they apologize when they're late? Tiny promises predict big promises. If they can't keep the tiny ones, they're definitely not going to keep the big ones. If someone consistently breaks little commitments, like don't expect marriage to magically fix that, don't expect kids to magically fix that. Consistency isn't exciting, but it's one of the strongest indicators of emotional maturity. Watch what happens in the first 30 days when you say no. This may be the greatest test of character, because it's not how someone treats you when you're saying yes, it's how they respond when you say no. I'm not ready. I already have plans. I need some space. I'm uncomfortable with that. Then just watch. Healthy people will respect that boundary. They may be disappointed, but disappointment isn't disrespect. Huge difference. Emotionally immature people negotiate your boundary. Manipulative people will push it and punish it. They will guilt you. They will withdraw affection. They will act offended. They will tell you you're overreacting. You may not hear from them for days, or suddenly they become the victim. And here's what I have learned. Boundaries don't create character. they reveal it. A healthy person hears no and still treats you with dignity. An unhealthy person hears no and makes you regret saying it. And that is data. Do not ignore it. Another thing that you really want to pay attention to these first 30 days is listen to the stories they tell you. Everybody will tell you who they are. Not directly, but indirectly. Listen carefully. If every ex is crazy, pay attention. If every boss was toxic, pay attention. If every friendship ended because everyone betrayed them, please pay attention. Could all of that be true? Maybe. But here's the better question. Where are they in every story? Can they admit fault? Can they laugh at themselves? Can they say, I handled that poorly? Humility is one of the greatest indicators of emotional maturity because people who cannot own small mistakes will rarely own the big ones. Healthy people don't need to be perfect. They need to be teachable. Also, everyone looks emotionally healthy when life is easy. Pressure is where character becomes visible. Watch what happens when the restaurant gets the order wrong, traffic is terrible, or plans change. They're tired. They lose. Someone disagrees with them. You don't see who people are when everything goes according to plan. You see who they really are when life doesn't. One thing to remember is Jesus said, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. Luke 6:45. Pressure doesn't create new character. Pressure reveals what is already there. If you're going to see any red flags, you will see it with pressure. Your nervous system wants to rush this. Why? This is where childhood wounds quietly enter the conversation. Trauma wants certainty. Immediately, is this my person? Are we exclusive? Where is this going? Healthy people ask a different question. What evidence do I have? Notice the difference. One seeks reassurance, the other seeks wisdom. You don't need reassurance. You want to make the decision. You don't want them just to choose you when you have no idea who they even are. When you've experienced inconsistency, abandonment, or emotional neglect, your nervous system often wants to lock things down quickly because certainty feels safe. But healthy love doesn't require urgency. Healthy love welcomes observation. Time is your friend. Consistency is your friend. Rushing rarely serves you. You may think that they are the be-all, end-all because of the person they show up as the first 2 weeks, but you don't fully even see truly who that person is at least until 6 months. Matthew 7:16 says, you will recognize them by their fruit. Another verse I use often. Notice something. Jesus didn't say flowers. Flowers appear quickly. Fruit takes time. Flowers are attractive. Fruit is nourishing. Flowers impress. Fruit sustains. You will know them by their fruit. You want it to take time. You want it to nourish you and you want to nourish them. You want a relationship that sustains. Some people are all flowers. They are charm, chemistry, charisma, attention, romantic speeches, grand gestures that they never follow through on. But fruit is patience. It is kindness. It is faithfulness, gentleness, self-control. Those aren't feelings. They're observable behaviors. And that's why Galatians 5 calls them the fruit of the Spirit, not the emotions of the Spirit. Fruit grows slowly. Character does too. I want to leave you with this one question today. The next time you meet someone, don't ask, do they like me? Ask yourself, does their behavior consistently reflect the kind of person I want to build a life with, that I can trust with my heart? That question has the power to save you years of confusion, no matter how much you want them, because healthy relationships aren't built on potential. And when you have that self-love and you love yourself, you're not going to just let somebody slip past that gate and pursue you when you haven't observed their character, their fruits. Healthy relationships are built on patterns. They're not sustained by chemistry. They are sustained by character, and behavioral intelligence isn't about becoming suspicious. Remember, it is about becoming discerning. It's about slowing down long enough to let someone's character introduce itself, because character always leaves the clues. The question is, are you paying attention? I have a little challenge for you this week. I want you to stop trying to impress people. Just observe them instead. Don't say anything. Just watch how they respond to being told no. being inconvenienced, making a mistake, someone else's success, keeping a small promise. Don't explain away what you see. Don't diagnose them. Don't argue with reality. Just observe. Because behavioral intelligence begins the moment you stop making excuses for behavior that keeps repeating itself. If this episode helped you, share it with someone who's ready to stop chasing potential and start recognizing patterns so they can choose better. If you want additional information, please visit my website, paulalowebsn.com. There's great information there, great blogs. You can find both of my books there, Scarred Not Broken, How to Find Your Power and Purpose Again, and The Healed Love Languages, the 8 Healed Love Languages based on the Bible verse where God defines love. It is patient, it's kind, it's not self-seeking, and how it can help you develop character and emotional maturity, emotional intelligence, and now working on behavioral intelligence. I am so glad and so honored to be a part of your healing journey. Thank you for being here. Please don't hesitate to reach out, leave a comment, follow the show so you can always get updates when I post new episodes. And if you're interested in any coaching, I would love to spend, even if it's just 30 minutes a week with you to help you overcome some of the obstacles that you feel like present themselves in your dating life. I would love to help you do that. You can schedule an appointment with me. You can reach out by email, or you can reach out to me on Instagram, Healed Love Languages Podcast, or Facebook, however you'd like. And also my email address is on my website. Thank you so much for being here. God bless. Bye, loves.